Hello everyone, today our topic of discussion is functions. Functions are also known as methods. So if you hear the terminologies function or method, they are the same thing. Now, what is function? These are reusable block of code that perform a specific task and are used to organize code, enhance readability and promote reusability. So that's a definition, but now let's understand the meaning of this definition. First line is saying these are reusable block of codes. What is the meaning of reusable block of codes? Now let's imagine you are in a room where there are 10 people and you need to greet each one of them individually. So for example, I need to say hello ABC, hello XYZ, hello Ram, hello Alan, hello Scott. Why can't I just write hello and then make a function on top of it? This hello will keep on repeating by taking name of the person automatically. Don't you think it's gonna save a lot of my time? Not only that, it's gonna organize my code, enhance readability and promote reusability. I'm reusing the same thing for the same task. So now I'll give you a little technical mathematical example. Let's say I want to add two numbers. Now every time I'm making a function, I have to write a code to add two numbers. Let's say first time I want to add 20 plus 30, then 40 plus 50, 80 plus 90. Every time I have to write the code from scratch, same code. In order to add two numbers, the code is same. But I am writing this code again and again. Why can't I write only one code? And whenever I want to add two numbers, I can use that code. That's going to save a lot of my time as well as enhance readability of my code. And I'm reusing the code. How to make a function? We'll understand this practically also, but let's understand how to make a function. In order to define a function, you will be using a keyword called def. It is defined using the def keyword, followed by the function name, parenthesis, which can include parameters and colon. This is the syntax. So def, name of the function, it could be anything. Brackets can be empty if you're not passing any input in it, and you can also pass some parameter in it. What is parameter? Parameters are inputs if you want to pass something. Any arguments, any inputs, if you want to pass, that's called parameters. For example, let's say I want to add two numbers. Now these two numbers can be anything, right? 20, 30, 50, 60, 80, 90. So all the time I'm changing this value, my input is being changed. So for that, I can use parameter. Parameter means I can substitute any value by replacing that parameter. So in this example, I'm writing define, greet is my function name, and I'm passing name as a parameter. Now this name can be replaced with any name. So in this case, I'm greeting with different names. One of the very good example to understand this is your email ID. Whenever you log in your email, you will read on the top hello and your name. How this functionality is made? What is the code behind it? The code is hello and name, and the name will be substituted by your name. If ABC is opening is, then it will come hello, that name. So this is how the functions work. So functions are very important and it saves a lot of your time. It makes your code presentable, easy, and enhance the readability of the code. Let's understand it practically how it works. Let's say today 4 people invited me for their anniversary. I mean, all 4 of them have the same day the anniversary is there. And I want to wish them, I want to customize my greetings with their name. So how I can do? I can say happy marriage anniversary. Of course, I want to print it, so I'll put it inside print function. See, print is also a function, guys. This is predefined function. Print, you can pass any value because we know we have to print every time repeatedly. So in order to save that code, they made a function called print. This is predefined function. That means that is inside the Python only. We need not to create it. It is already created, predefined, and you can use it. So print is also one of the examples of the function. Whenever you see this brackets, any name with the brackets with it, that means it's a function. Anyhow, if I want to print this is it. If I have to print it with the name, let's say happy marriage anniversary Alan and Scott. Again, I want to write this for other couple. So Control C, I'm just copying this. Let's say 4 times. Now, rather than Alan, I'm going to write ABC with XYZ. Here, I can write Tom and Thomas. Let's say Karen, Ryan. We'll print this and see it's coming 4 times, customized. But do you think it's a good idea to keep on writing? What if I have to wish 10 people in the same day? Hypothetically, maybe it's possible. But let's say if we want to wish 10 people, I'll keep on writing this thing again and again. Why can't I just keep the code here and make function on top of it? Now I want to put this code inside a method or function and reuse it rather than writing it again and again. I should enclose it in a method and I can reuse it. And it will enhance the readability of my code. I'll tell you how to make a method. So here we'll write define name of the method. So I'm naming it as happy anniversary and colon. This is gonna give me error. I'm gonna show you why. So we'll click on run and see. This is very important, guys. One of the things which I've learned in Python is this error. Indentation error. What is indentation error? Python says that whenever you are enclosing any print statement inside a function or anything, if-else statement, always print statement should have 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one also. Now let's call this function. So I have to just write name of the function. And look at this. Exactly same code is executed. So in any program, I have to just use this rather than writing this entire bunch of lines. So this is what functions are. So this is a simple example of the function. So now let's say I want to make a function to greet particular person with their name. Rather than writing print statements, I'll just pass an argument. I'll show you how. So I'll write define greet is my function name, and here I'm passing a parameter name colon print. So print, you will write f string. Guys, f string is very important for you to know. So whenever you want to pass any parameter in print statement, so we use f string at that case. So rather than writing, inverted quotes, whatever you want to type, you just write f first and then let's say hello, comma, then you write parameter here. This is the parameter, and after that you can pass welcome to my party. So I'm going to call this function now. So I'll write greet. See, the parameter is here, guys. You can replace this name with any name. So this is actually substitution variable. Whenever you pass any parameter in a function, that means you can substitute that with any value you want to. So here I can write Scott because it is character. So I'm going to write like this. Execute it. See? Hello Scott, welcome to my party. This is how you can pass parameter and replace it with any name. Now let's say somebody else wants to use the same code. So now they need to just call the function greet and pass any name over here. So this enhances the readability, increase reusability, and it helps in organizing the code better. This is the usage of functions. Now there are multiple type of functions, guys. One is user defined function. So this is user defined function. That means your programmer is creating function according to his requirement. One is called predefined function. So predefined functions are print, most common function you have seen. See here I am using print. So whenever you write print have some code inside it, and programmers knows that whenever somebody wants to use a program, they want to print something. What do you think is a wiser idea? Should I be writing print's code again and again, or should I have print method? Rather than writing code, I can use print method and write whatever I want to display inside it. So this is inbuilt predefined method. There are many methods like find length of the string, it is len. For typecasting, type is there. So all these are predefined functions which you are using. So predefined functions are those functions which are given to you by Python, whereas user defined functions are those functions which programmer creates according to his or her requirements. Let's say I want to add 2 numbers. How to write a program to add 2 numbers? That's very common. So we'll define a function def add underscore number, and I'll give 2 arguments in it, 2 parameters in it. After that, I'll write the body. What I want add function to do, I want A to be added to B, and the result must be stored in one variable. So C assign A plus B. Because whenever you're writing any method or function in which there is always a return value, the method is returning you some calculations result or some value, you always use a keyword called return in the body of the method. So you'll write return. Whenever you want to add two numbers, what this method should return you? This method should return you value of C. So that's why you will write return C. Now the method is created. So what you need to do now is you need to call the method. So I'll write add underscore. See, two parameters are there, A and B, and you can substitute A and B with any number. So I'll write here A, let's say, is 5, 6. See, A is assigned to 5, B is assigned to 6. And now I would like to print this also. So I'll enclose this in a print statement. Print the result. Look at this. 11 is the solution. So let's say if you want to add two numbers, why to write the code again and again? You can just use this method in your program and it will do whatever is needful. Next is Lambda function. Lambda function. What is Lambda function? It is also known as anonymous function. A Lambda function in Python is a small anonymous function defined using a Lambda keyword. Unlike regular functions created with DEF, Lambda functions are single expression functions that do not require a name. That's why it is called anonymous. Guys, these are single line functions. That means whatever you want to put as an expression, you can just declare at that time and use it. So this is how Lambda function syntax is. You write a keyword called Lambda, then you pass an argument, then colon, and then whatever you want to do with that argument, the expression, calculations. Let's say if I want to multiply two numbers, so I can write the expression here. Argument is the inputs to the function separated by commas, and expression is a single expression that is evaluated and returned. Let's see how it works. So simply we will write here, let's say I want to make a method called square. So I'll write square, assign lambda. I'll use the argument x, and then what is my expression? Let's say square of x, right? X into x. And I would like to use this, so I will write here print square, that's my function name, and in bracket I'll use value as 5. So I want to take square of 5, execute this. Look at this, 5 into 5, 25. So these are called Lambda functions which are anonymous, and you can use it as a single line. You need not to define it like other functions. So guys, what is the overview of entire session? We learned what is function. Functions are reusable block of code which can enhance the readability, proficiency of your code. Functions are of three types: user-defined, predefined, and lambda. User-defined functions are those functions which are declared by the developer or programmer, customized according to their needs. Predefined functions are those functions which are there in the Python by default. They are inbuilt functions by default. And lambda functions are those functions which are anonymous. If you think right now I need it, I want to take the square, I don't want to write the code again and again in the same class, then you can create lambda functions. That's all about our function, guys. I hope you understood. I advise you to practice it to get more confidence on it. More practice you will do, more confident you will be. With that note, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.